Taka, the Ram's loose again. Good to see you.
Yeah.
God.
Ram.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning.
God.
It's been a while.
You know, I just realized I accidentally called you a
I
Swedish
do
drink for some reason.
apologize for
What?
how long it's been.
I said Ram loose.
Um,
Ramlösa is a fucking weird
I'm not gonna lie, I
sparkling
was
water in
like
Sweden.
extremely nervous to get back into streaming. Because I haven't been doing it in quite a while. And I don't know, I guess I was nervous. And a lot of stuff has been, obviously happening. So I am currently just exploring and just, getting back into the swing of things. I hope you guys are alright. I've been, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sorry. It's been some very difficult days. Um, not just including work, but, apparently there's been a lot of drama going on. Obviously, it has nothing to do with me, but for some reason, it does affect me, and it's been a bit of a burden for me, and it's definitely been making me, question my place as a streamer. Um, because, if you know, you know, but there's been a lot of drama going on in the VTubing scene. Um, and I'm gonna be honest, it's just been making me very depressed. And I was gonna stream originally, but it just didn't feel like a good time. Um, Amongst other stuff as well. Mm, but yeah, a lot of it has started making me. There we go. Just, a lot of it has just been making me, think. Um, Basically, essentially, just looking back at how I am as a person and as a content creator, because there are there are a lot of bad influences that don't value the people around them, and a lot of them tend to just throw other people under the bus and see them as assets to essentially ascend, if you will, the career ladder, if you will. And it was not like a question of like, oh, am I good enough or anything. It's just like, how could someone be, you know, so heartless to, you know, not, be able to respect your colleagues and your friends and, treat them decently. And I will admit, like, watching some of the, confessions that came out from the people that were personally affected, and, lives completely shattered. It actually really did make me cry. Because I just don't understand how big influencers can just take advantage of people and then essentially backstab them and treat them like they're nothing. And when I saw what kind of a person they are, I could never see myself ever doing that to anybody. I mean, I don't know how they live with themselves, essentially. Because I would not be where I am today without my friends and with the amazing people that I've met. I never saw myself streaming per se. Like literally Dolly inspired me to actually, give it a go because I thought it might be fun. And as bad as it sounds, is the world we live in. I mean, you're not wrong. But I wish it didn't have to be like that, I wish it didn't have to be like that. The situation is just absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I mean, just seeing it unfold in front of me, it's by no means the first time this has happened. It's happened before, and eventually it will happen again and again and again and again. The question is, how do we react to these situations? Because, like, at the end of the day, this is how people are going to remember you. Like, 1 foot out of line, like, if you screw your friends and your colleagues over just to get to the top, then what? I mean, you were already pretty high to the ladder already. I mean, is it really worth it? Because in the long run, that's just going to come back and hit you. And what happens on the internet stays on the internet for a very long time, whether it's personal DMs or podcasts or even your own streams. Something is, eventually going to slip through the cracks, and people will use your own words against you, essentially. I don't understand how some people think this method is okay. I think it was so bad that this time, not because what she did, but who she did it. I mean, she did it to a lot of people, and probably a lot more that we have not heard as of yet. So I would not be surprised if some others are also coming out with their own testimonies, essentially. I mean, there's still more to unfold, essentially, and it's not just this situation as well. I've had personal situations. I'm not going to go into names, of course. Where essentially some people have been also affected on a personal level, some of my friends and everything. So I know what it can be like on a personal level, obviously not to the scale that is currently unfolding in front of us, but it's definitely made me feel like I try to be as humble as possible, and you know, I'm always grateful to everybody, to my friends, to my fellow streamers, and especially to you guys as well. And you know, I'm still growing. I still have a lot to learn. I just don't understand why people can't be decent and kind when it comes to career and friendship based. Backstabbing has never been a reliable, you know, move for a career. I mean, if you were like in a company, a big business, you can get away with that sort of thing because it's behind closed doors. And, you know, being on the receiving end of a desk, you feel helpless. But on the internet, it's a whole different ballgame because a lot of it is personal, one-to-one relationships with people. Like, a lot of these VTubers have probably met each other from time to time, you know. I mean, it's not just VTubers, but it's, you know, other streamers, like just streamers in general. Like, whatever you do, it's gonna stay there for a very long time, and it's not something you can just hide and just say, oh, I had no recollection of, you know, any of these events transpiring. I do not buy it for one millisecond. I just don't. For some reason, chat's not appearing. It's very weird. Hey all. Hello. Yeah, people said there's more to it, but I'd rather not share it, yeah. It's like the Alfred and Batman, some people just want to watch the world burn. Thankfully, not everyone is like that. Irrecoverably. I mean, there are 3 ways I can see this possibly going. I really don't know why chat's not appearing. Is it a canvas? Oh, no. That was the wrong one. Sorry. Unintentional close-up. I mean, I'm not perfect. You know, I have flaws of my own. And I try to be the best that I can be. I mean, granted, you're always gonna grow and you're always going to make mistakes. Mistakes will always be there with you for the rest of your life. It's just an unavoidable outcome. Nope. I haven't seen one of those in a while. I thought we got rid of all of them. Hi, Ray. Hello. Pegasus, hello, hello. I mean, the only one who can fix it is technically, obviously, is herself. There's 3 ways she can do this. One, she can either graduate and leave the VTubing scene, or two, she graduates still, but then eventually comes back as a new persona within a few months or so. Or, three, she basically stays and becomes like, I don't like to use the word villainess or anything, but she essentially embraces the consequences and just carries on like certain streamers that we've seen before when they get caught or put on the spotlight for something that they've done, and they still carry on regardless of the damage they've caused to so many people. I mean, not only the magnitude of what she done affects not just her friends and her colleagues, but also her fans as well. People that have put their hours, all their free time supporting her and buying her merch and commissioning, well, not even just commissioning, but just giving free art and everything, and donations and so on and so forth. I mean, I would be humbled if I was in her position. That would be more than enough. I would be so humbled to be in her position. She does not know how good she had it. It seems to me she just wanted more. And sometimes that can be dangerous, because if you get famous and popular and powerful too quickly, it can become an addiction, and sometimes it can change people, or it just essentially brings their real self to light, essentially. She would commit to making things right, not to be forgiven, but to fix what she broke, and then maybe she was have the future. I mean, normally I should never get involved with a situation that has nothing to do with but I did say I did write a message to her and said, basically, actually I could just I'll quote myself actually, because that would be more honest rather than just, mincing my words. So essentially, what I wrote to her was this: I think you need to start again and mend the damage you've caused, because it would take decades before anyone trusts you again. Please be better for your friends and the artists that you have betrayed. Take responsibility for your actions. So it was very short, very blunt and to the point. And it's not the first time we've seen this. We've seen it before. And we'll see it again. But we need to hold, people's, actions. We need to hold them accountable for their actions. I mean, it's terrifying though, because one moment you watch somebody, you admire somebody for so long, and then all of this just spills out. It's just heartbreaking to see. And, you know, it also starts to bring trust into the equation. Like, some people are like, okay, I don't know who to trust anymore. Like, are these people really my friends? Or, you know, are my colleagues, you know, being honest with me? You know, are they as supportive as they claim? Or are they just using, you know, me as a stepping stone, so on and so forth? Jimmy, thank you so much for 5 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I hope I never ever have to fall from grace to that extent. Like, I mean, for me personally, that takes a lot of effort to be so messed up towards your friends. Even if they even were. Like, if it wasn't for Dully and, you know, his motivation to, like, keep me going, and, you know, I never would have even considered streaming at all. And, you know, I got to meet wonderful people, colleagues, you know, other streamers as well, you know, Catsy, Darren, Lolafon, Wingman, Mars, and so many, 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 many more, and Fuzzy as well, and, you know, Meowmies, and I could name for days. And you know, I just have so much fun with them. And I feel privileged to call them my friend. Whether it's, you know, real or not. I mean, I've enjoyed the time we've had together. And, you know, I want to be there for everyone and just be the best that I can possibly be. And I'm not always going to get it right. I mean, I know that. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes on the way. But not to the extent that she committed. I just cannot ever see myself backstabbing somebody like that to that degree. Or in general, just in general, full stop. Career or not, that's another person, for goodness sake. A lot of people tend to forget, you know, behind the VTubering avatars, behind these avatars, there is a person on the other side. I try to be as honest with you as possible. Our relationship is strange, but it's also very fascinating. Like, I always wondered, because I'm a viewer myself, and, you know, I used to watch Delia's streams, and I still do, you know, for many years now. And I always wonder, like, what is our relationship? You know, is it real? Is it not? Because I don't want to see you guys as a number. Because we are all people. Every single one of us. I just don't know how anybody can just live like that and think this is okay. Especially when it's been, you know, known for months. Like, a lot of these commissions that artists do with these big streamers, they've been planned in preparation for months, sometimes even years in advance. And when you start, you know, cancelling on commissions or accusing them of stealing, when you know full well that's not the case, and you beliterate them and try to destroy their careers just so you could step on top of them, I just don't know how people can do this and think this is okay. Because if your career is being built upon other people's backs, then you don't deserve it. You never did. Because if you think it is worth it, it is not going to be for long. Even if it worked, even if she got away with it, it wouldn't even last 10 years because the landscape of media is constantly changing and evolving. There will be a day where VTubing and, streaming like this will be irrelevant. It's a scummy short-term gain. I would rather be a small content creator for the rest of my life and be proud of the work that I can create than to have a short-term career ruining other people's lives just to make money and fame for myself. I could never do that. And it made me so angry to see artists constantly getting completely run over, constantly, time and time and time again. And a lot of the time they have the biggest heart because they don't want to come out, and even though they have proof, they always got friends that tell them, you've got proof that this person is being scummy towards you. Show people who they really are. But so many of them have got such a heart that they can't bring themselves to, sink to their level, essentially. And when I saw what happened to Bey, I watched her video play, a 50-minute video, just crying her eyes out. And knowing that, this wasn't the first time that she's got screwed over like this, and the fact that she came out of surgery and had to come back to this shitstorm. I mean, even though I never met these people, I don't know any of them, it affects us all. Like, is this the kind of people that we want to support? The people we want to admire? Like, even now, I see some simps literally defending this crazy girl's actions for what she's done to Shy Lily, to Bey, to everyone. And then throws people under the bus because she doesn't want to take responsibility for what she's done. I could never be her. And she sets the perfect example of how not to be a good person or a content creator, because many content creators, unfortunately now in this modern landscape, are influencers and people look to them. And there will be people that will follow her still. No doubt about it. We've seen it before with other people who have done heinous things, but they still have people follow them. And this isn't a witch hunt, because the evidence is plain as day. It doesn't just concern big names, it concerns even smaller ones, because the people at the top are supposed to set an example for the next, streamers that come along, because even if you're small, some of these smaller streamers are gonna grow, expand, and become bigger than we ever could imagine. And I hope they take these lessons to heart, because this is not a landscape that I want to live with. Because it just sets a bad precedent for the VTubing community. Because everybody looks at that community and all they see is toxicity. I'm not going to pretend it's all sunshine and rainbows, because it's not, because there's always going to be an ugly side under the behind the curtain. But it's so difficult to be decent and kind and to take fucking responsibility, especially on that level. I don't know why, but a lot of the time, not everyone, let me be clear, not everyone, but a lot of the wrong people always get to the top. And Matt, thank you so much for 9 months. You're nearly getting to a year. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't mean to get teary. I shouldn't get teary. I'm wearing a VR headset. But I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about it not because it's, you know, just because it's, you know, a present topic, or because I want to, you know, bring attention more to this, you know, take advantage of the situation to, you know, talk about it, but I just wanted to say that I don't want to be like that kind of person. I want to be better than that. I actually want to grow and build myself up in an honest way, in a way that I can look back and be proud of. I mean, the truth is always going to be difficult to obtain. We'll never know the full truth unless she comes out. Because I read her letter, her so-called apology letter. And there were some elements that just didn't make sense. But they all led to the same conclusion. She did not take responsibility. It was more like dodging it and saying, I'm sorry this happened to you. Rather than saying, I'm sorry I did this to you. I'm sorry that I was, you know, blinded by greed and fame. I got greedy. I got power hungry, and I'm sorry. I got big too fast. Just be honest. You owe that not just to the friends that you hurt and your colleagues, but to not just yourself, but everyone who followed you and trusted you, and you violated that trust. And now I don't know what to think anymore. It's actually gotten me paranoid now that I don't know how many people that I know personally on a streaming side, like, are they really my friends, or are they just using me, or, you know, are they really who they say they are? Is that, you know, has anybody else got skeletons in their closet they don't want to, you know, bring out? And that thought scares me, because I don't want that to be any of them. I want them to be good. I want them to be decent. I do hope you'll have a bright future, not like some people who have none of it at all. Thank you so much for the 40 bits, Daniel. Thank you so much. I typed VTuber drama and got caught up in the situation pretty quick. It's been a very... I don't mean to make a pun, but it's quite a hot topic right now. And she hasn't said a word since her apology letter. I mean, I cannot imagine. A lot of her friends probably went to bed during this situation crying their eyes until they probably fell asleep. I hope she's pulling her hair out right now and saying to herself, what have I done? What have I done? How could I do this to my friends? How can I do this to my colleagues? Even if they were, even if they weren't your friends, how could you do this to another person? Period. I don't know why, but I always have a sense, this weird sense in my spine, whenever I see something. Like, the first time I had this intuition when I was literally watching a game's, what was it called? It was, the co-optional podcast, and Total Biscuit has, he had a guest. I can't remember. I think his name was maybe Sky. I can't remember. And for some reason, I just did not trust this person one bit. I didn't know anything about him. He was pretty much a big, League of Legends player at some point or something. Or that's what his content was known for. And for some reason, I had this very bad feeling about him. Lo and behold, years later, evidence comes out that he was... I don't know if he owned or rented a mansion or some sort. And he basically, whoever wanted to stay there, they had to pay him these ridiculous fines. So he would literally take money from his friends just so they could be with him. To do that to your friends, to take their money from them in such an egregious way. And the same thing what happened with her. When I was literally watching her stream playing, like, I came across her playing The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster. And for some reason, when I was watching her play, I got this bad feeling that something was wrong about her. It also didn't help that I didn't believe her that this was her first time playing an Elder Scrolls game. I thought that was a lie. But that's just a personal gripe with me. When people, oh, this is my first time reacting to this film or that film. And I'm like, you're in your 30s and 40s. I don't believe that you never played or saw this in the time that you grew up, because it was just too big to avoid. I just don't believe it one bit. But I just had this feeling about her that something was incredibly wrong. Best you can do is best self, and be careful, and can't let yourself start thinking like that. I know, but I really want to think this before I go to bed. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry, but I needed to talk. That's not fair, Jimmy. I forgot I had that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you trying to make me laugh. Thank you. Hi, Saka. But yeah, I don't want to make everybody, you know, depressed about this, but I was gonna stream, but then that whole situation just blew up and I hated it, plain and simple. And then there was, Glub's situation where she had her channel completely taken away from her for no reason. None. It was just an automated system. And that made me very angry as well. And I'm glad she got her channel back. I'm sick and tired of, people just getting screwed over, whether it's personally or just, fellow colleagues, Okay, I'll give you hugs. And also work has been a bit stressful as well, so it's been very tiring to actually get, back into streaming. I just want to say I really appreciate you guys, and I know that sounds, fake in this modern era, but I actually do mean it. I do value every single one of you. Like, I love watching you guys interact in chat, and talking to each other. And, even when, I had some people actually, give me fan art on Twitter, I never expected it, but the fact that somebody would take time out of their day to do something, like that, I am just forever humbled and I just have no words to express how much I'm just thankful. And I want to do right by all of you, which is by no means an easy feat. A lot of the time it's completely impossible, but I just want those people who are broken to be able to mend and eventually just move on and just be able to live their lives and do what they love doing. And, there will always be people like her. There will always be people like her. Not again. Alright, I'm gonna head to bed. Alright, Matt, thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry, it was a very somber stream. I do apologize. Tomorrow would be a different day. Speaking of which, tomorrow I'm gonna be trying out a new game, called Age of Wonders 4. And I've been watching a friend of mine play this game for a few weeks now, and it's gotten me interested. So we're going to be playing a new strategy game. So I have no idea what I'm walking myself into. I have never played it before. I have only learned about the series just recently, so it's going to be new territory. And I hope it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to play it with her because they've been again Oh, you played Age of Wonders 3? Well, this should be interesting then. You can judge me how badly I play, but I am looking forward to trying it out. Good night, Joshi. Night night. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you so much. Now it can only get better whether sooner or later. I hope so. I'm trying to be... No! This is not the time for an Ayaya. Thank you so much. You started a hype train with Ayaya. Thank you so much. What have I done to deserve Ayaya so much? Please, please, team. Please do not, please, both of you, protect your bits. Preserve your bits. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I need to eventually update some new sounds for the summer coming up. So that would be something to look into. Not again. You really like the 2+1, huh? What else was I thinking? I knew I had another plan, maybe. There was a game I was gonna play, but unfortunately, a good friend of mine actually warned me about it. There was a new strategy game that just released called Tempest Rising. And I was so excited to actually try this one out. Fortunately, one of my friends contacted me and told me, do not buy Tempest Rising. It will literally, it breaches so many, it violates so many agreements with, you know, customer service and personal information. Essentially, it will store your data. I'm trying to explain. I need a forest run. So basically the game will steal your data. But not just the data from fuck. I'm trying to get serious and it's failing. You done? Can I explain stuff now? Nope, okay. I'll give you a minute. Wow. I have a distinct feeling I know which ones are your favorites. But yeah, if you value your computer, do not buy Tempest Rising. I advise you to stay away from purchasing that game because it will not just take data from the game itself, it will literally take data from your computer, and not just the data from your computer but from your actual drives. So they can literally erase all of your information, all your personal information, everything. I don't know how this was even allowed. So I don't even know why not, a lot of people are even talking about it, because it's actually written what system they're using, but it's the fine nobody reads the fine print. And why would you? Because normally you would never expect such a system to be implemented into a game where it can literally steal not just your personal data but completely erase it. But yeah, nobody is I tried looking on YouTube and nobody's talking about this. It's better explained in Steam's reviews, so I highly recommend it. If you had your eye on this one, go down and check the reviews, because there's some really well intellectual people that have actually found out quite a bit of information about the technology that they're using in this game. And it is essentially a threat to your computer if you get it. So do not purchase this game unless, of course, they decide to remove the implementation. And even if they do remove it, it just goes to show me that, there are developers that I'm just not going to trust. Like, they say that, like, one of their reasons it was implementing it was to stop people from cheating or hacking. You don't need people's personal information like that. It violates so many agreements and terms of service. Have a good night, Jimmy. Thank you for all the support. Thank you so much again. Thank you. Another reason why you need to, read the laws and pretty terms of service. Exactly. I mean, let me see if I could find it again. It was called, right. Because I don't know why not enough people are even talking about this. So, alright, I'm gonna go to the review that I found, and it's got a lot of people actually talking about it. So, this person was really, like, a savior to warn us about this sort of thing. Yeah, the rest are literally just praising that game. So I'll read some of it to you, actually. So the review reads as, and, if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize. Reading was never my strongest suit. I was genuinely looking forward to this game, but after reading the EULA section 13.5, I'm honestly shocked. The developers have granted themselves permission to scan parts of your active RAM while the game is running. Take full-size screens, having the ability to take full-size screenshots of the game client. Yep, even if you got private stuff visible, so like even if you got stuff on your monitor, they will see it. Full stop. Even if it's, under a different layer, they will still see it. Collect a full list of your installed software, including drivers and OS details. Grab all DLLs tied to the game progress with versions and checksums. And here's the kicker apparently, they can send all this to third parties. Sure, they say it's, for, it's anonymized, so it's like it's not going to be, you know, your details are protected. It's not going to show your name or anything, but there's zero explanation on how, by whom, or whether it's even GDPR complement compliance or something like that. This level of invasive data collection is absolutely not okay. I signed up to play a strategy game, not to hand over a blueprint of my system to who knows who. Already hit the refund button. If you care even a little about your privacy, you might want to do the same. Sadly, the game was fun, but maybe there will be changes in the far future. So that's the gist of it. Essentially, it's just, you know, if you play this game, you're essentially setting up your computer to unfortunate vulnerabilities. Like, they can literally erase everything you have or collect data. It's literally just spy software. And the fact that, you know, it's even, you know, sold like this on Steam, nobody on YouTube is talking about it because they, again, probably never read the fine print and they're just, you know, praising it as the next Command and Conquer. Do yourselves a favor, skip that game and just go back to Command and Conquers or just play Red Alert or something. It's definitely not worth it. Any video game, no matter how good it looks, is not worth the risk for your PC. Never. Tempest Rising. Do not buy Tempest Rising. In its current state, do not buy it. Oh my god, so many amazing Dove stream. How dare. I'm sorry, Ram. I'm sorry. And, you know, I find it a shame because I was really looking forward to this one. Because it was like one of those very few promising, you know, strategy games that I had on my wish list. Thank goodness I did not pre-order it. Because I probably would have, you know, maybe played it like a week ago or something. But I decided to wait because of the Steam military sale. So basically all games military related have had a bit of a discount. And I was a little bit cheeky and hoped that Tempest Rising would be on the list, but, you know, it's only a newly released game, so it's obviously not on that list. Yeah, I'm glad I skipped on that one. Thanks to... It was actually Sari that actually warned me. The person that's currently being painted in Deli's studio. They were the ones that actually warned me about it, so thank you very much, Sari. Love you, thank you. Because they were looking forward to it as well, so it's only fair. Yeah, thank goodness to that review. I actually, you know, gave them some Steam points because they've definitely earned it for that warning. And even though you don't see it right now in the current state of, you know, reviews, if you change it to essentially just negative, you'll see more warnings about... I mean, the fact that all these larger YouTubers are, you know, still playing this and streaming it is insane. I mean, granted, a lot of them are paid to do this, and, you know, sometimes they're under contract to do so, but I'm sorry, if I found out a game like that could, you know, pose a threat to other people's computers, I would be held, you know, accountable for that. And I could never. I see a fox.
Hello.
Very cute fox.
Wow.
You
already
are
saw
there.
me.
What else are you supposed to be?
Oh, no, that was my. I hope I could sneak up on you.
Well, you can't because I got a camera right there.
Yeah, wasn't suspecting you to look that hard on the camera, okay?
I have great spatial awareness. So it's very difficult to sneak up on me. There is a goober there behind you. Demi is not a goober. They're lovely. You're lovely. I minced my words. It's almost like I didn't believe what I said there. Oh. This is the first time I've heard of it, and why isn't it being talked? Right? Why isn't it being talked about more? I mean, I'm just surprised it made it through Steam. But, you know, sometimes they don't always check quality control, but when it comes to this sort of stuff, this is something they should definitely look out for. Oh boy. Well, no video game should ever have spyware. Ever. But the problem is, spyware is so easy to implement. Because imagine having, like, the most popular game in the world, and then finding out it's been spying on you the whole time. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel by that. That's like criminal, like daylight crime, essentially. So most gachas, well, the last gacha I played, and thank goodness I never play it anymore. This was years ago, by the way. I played Azur Lane for a bit. And there was some other game called like Chronicles or something, but it was very short-lived and I decided not to play them anymore. Because I was honestly not having fun. I never spent a dime on them though. Because I wanted to unlock things without having to spend a single penny. But time to grab my pitchfork and torch. Well, where are you going? Do you even know who it's for? Just wait a minute. Wait a second. Do you even know who it's for? Because I get the feeling you haven't come... I get the feeling you haven't thought that part out quite just yet. No, I just want to burn stuff. Well, I mean, there's always those festival hay statues you can burn down that are meant to be burned down, but the problem is they only come out at a certain time. Or just light a bonfire. I know that sounds boring, but or just make a fire in the fireplace. Not just, you know. Or if you have a flamethrower, just take it out and just, you know, shoot it into the air for a bit. If you have that capacity, if you have that capability. My hand is like not handy right now. It's very like having a mind of its own. Frankenstein's monster? I mean, I don't know. They probably smell bad if you burnt them. Just saying. I mean, technically you're burning like 5 or 6 different people. To find witches, there are no more witches. Besides, they only come out on Halloween anyway. There's always the White House. Well, to be fair, we already burnt that down once before. It didn't work. They just built another one. That is as political as I'm ever gonna get. You're welcome. I stand by what I said. Fair enough. I mean... Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. You can't say that one. Wanna join my angry mob? Mob? There'll be no angry mob here. I did not raise you guys to be an angry mob. Raise you? What am I saying?
You're raising them?
I don't know.
What kind of lore are you going down here now?
But Dove, no buts, no. No buts. You already haunted me with all those sound alerts, no buts. No.
Shall we find more
What, buts?
sound alerts?
Sound alert? Well, I did say earlier on that we could do some new ones for this summer. I'm seeing the gears turn in your head right now. To join in a hobby? Well, it better be a good freaking mob. I mean, joining with a crowd of people is always fun, but it also depends what you're doing. I don't want you to go burn stuff down. You need to run first. Run, Forest, run. But it only works, you know, it's only gonna work if I'm like playing a horror game and I'm like running away from something. Oh, there's a witch right there. Mwah.
Wow.
It's been a while since I saw this one.
Mm-hmm.
The White Witch. You're a bit out early, aren't you? We've still got a few more months until October.
I heard something was starting to make a mob to hunt stuff and burn stuff.
Well, witches was on the calendar.
Well, they will regret it.
I'm sure they will. Burn the witch. No, I'm not burning my wife. Shh. Besides, she's already too hot.
I didn't know we were married.
Well, not you, but, you know, it's someone else. Don't worry about it.
Right, I remember.
Very burnable? Oi. That is not something you say to somebody. You're looking really burnable right now. Like, who says that? Good evening, Axe. Hello, hello, hello. I finished venting, or not, well, breaking down, if you want to put it more accurately. But I want to send you guys somewhere fun. So I think it is high time for a raid. But you guys get to decide where we get to go. Because I chose last time. This time it's up to you. You choose where we raid. After all, we are a mob, right? Just don't burn anyone, though.
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat, Helldivers to Hellpods.
No, it's fine. I don't mind losing a third planet. It's fine. It's probably nothing on there anyway. Time for a revolution. Good talk. Well, was it? Well, I hope it was a good talk. I mean, hopefully we'll have better talks in the future as well. I saw Lola Live just started a few minutes ago. That's actually not a bad idea, considering they do have an avatar that literally has, you know, burn the witch kind of scenario. So I got distracted. Burn the clown? Well, we can't burn the clown, but should we go to Lola? Actually, I want to try. No, that's no. I don't think that would work. You don't have raid, you know, privileges, do you? That's only my privilege, isn't it?
Wait, what?
Raid. Is that? Do you have
Raid?
that? Yeah. Like if you put that command in,
Or
would
yeah, I think I can put it in.
do you want to try it?
Maybe. Sure.
I mean, go for it. I mean, we're gonna raid Lolathon.
Lolathon?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if it
See if I can
works or
figure
not.
it out. Wee.
That would be pretty cool, really, if a mod has an
I think I
obligation
can, but
to.
like,
Unless I have to give that obligation. I don't know if it's in the settings somewhere. Burn the clown, burn the
hold on, right.
Lola would be so confused. It might be just my privilege.
No,
or
I
not.
don't think I can.
Okay, that's fair.
I think you might have to put me in a different category than just regular mod.
Oh, so there's like a different tier mod, or
I think it's like moderator or no, like I can't remember what Dolly have put me in.
I'll probably research and look it up. So
Oh, you can
I'm
just
going
ask,
to send you guys to raid the clown. There we go. Happy birthday. Wait, is that birthday? Or am I going crazy? Oh, you're just playing with me. But yeah, thank you so much again for joining me tonight. Sorry if things were a little bit somber, but tomorrow's gonna be a new day. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna play with Corona. I'm gonna play Age of Wonders 4 with them for the first time. So they're gonna take me under their wing and show me the ropes. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, have a wonderful night, and thank you again for the bits and the constant support that you have given me. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a wonderful evening and have some fun with Lolathon. Thank you. Bye bye.
I said you buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one, you get one free. Dove!